Tonight, a California ballot measure to legalize marijuana is ahead in the polls, and that has one of Utah's most prominent and outspoken politicians saying someday the drug will even be legal here in Utah. ABC4's Chris Van Oker has the exclusive. Chris.
10 years ago, when the Democratic National Convention was meeting in Los Angeles, Rocky Anderson made headlines. There, he gave a passionate and controversial speech. In it, he said the war against drugs wasn't working. Were you right 10 years ago? In the summer of 2000, then Salt Lake Mayor Rocky Anderson stopped just short of saying marijuana should be legalized.
People who possess it and might smoke a joint once in a while, that they could be cited.
Since then, more than a dozen states have approved the use of medical marijuana, and in California, there is now Proposition 19. It would allow adults to have an ounce of pot and even a 25-square-foot ganja garden. A poll released Sunday shows Prop 19 passing by a 7-point margin.
To put people behind bars for possessing or smoking pot is absolutely absurd. It would make more sense to put people behind bars for smoking cigarettes.
10 years ago, Anderson was criticized for saying America's drug laws needed to be changed, that they were expensive and ineffective. And not only does he think he was right then, he now says the way things are headed, pot will someday be legal all over the country, even in Utah.
No, I think someday the people of Utah would take a good look at this and say, this doesn't make sense anymore.
And while he wouldn't or couldn't say it a decade ago when he was mayor, is Anderson now ready to admit how he really feels?
Yes, I think marijuana should be legalized.
And in case you're now shaking your head and saying, well, there he goes again, Anderson reminded us that for years he said private clubs should be abolished and that in 1996 he came out in favor of gay marriage. Chris Van Oker, ABC 4 News.